I just wanted to pop on here real quick and give you something to think about if you're a podcaster, because a lot of you don't think about it from the guest perspective. If you put your work behind a paywall and you don't have a big audience, then in terms of your guests trying to sell their good or their service, you're basically kicking their legs out from under them. Because when your podcast is behind a paywall, you remove all possibility for it to go viral. Now, if you pay your guest a good amount of money to make it worth their time, most guests, when they're good, they're really well prepared. For me, sometimes it takes me a week of preparation. So I'm working for free in my spare time to prepare an outline, to collect my thoughts, so that when we talk about, or if we talk about a particular subject, the thoughts are concise, they're not all over the place, they're not emotional, and that requires a lot of time, attention to detail, and effort. So if you are a podcaster, I would recommend you finding a way to generate income any other way than going behind a paywall. Now, if you're going to talk about sensitive subjects that are that trigger the algorithms and censor stuff and get you demonetized, then that's a different story. You definitely want to put those behind paywall on a private site. But you should at least make if you do like a 2-hour podcast, at least make the first hour free, and make sure you're not fluffing it up and wasting your audience's time in the beginning, because oftentimes you see this like putzing around in the beginning of a podcast, and we live in a time where it's not only the too long didn't read generation, but it's the too long didn't watch. I mean, if you get even a 10% rate of retention on any of your podcasts, that's good in terms of the attention that the masses have to give you. If you do a 2-hour podcast and someone watches over 10 minutes of that, that's pretty damn good. And if your subject matter in the conversation is riveting, you're going to retain more people throughout the podcast. So you as a podcaster need to have a little bit more of a game plan than just this emotional winging it and flowing and all that stuff. Definitely have a structure. Now, flow within terms of that structure, that's a good thing. But definitely have a structure, and definitely go over with your guests to make sure you're not going to be talking about sensitive subjects. And if they have to talk about those sensitive subjects that everybody knows is the algorithms are designed to crack down on, create a word and commit to saying that word instead of the word that's that would trigger the algorithms. The problem is a lot of you are not disciplined, and the reason you're not disciplined is because you're emotional, and you just want the world to be like, I shouldn't have to censor myself. I just want to say what I want to do. Well, we don't live in that world anymore. It's time to grow up. It's time to prepare and plan so that you execute accordingly, and you avoid the algorithms, and your channel stays monetized. And if you're not monetized or you're demonetized, and you should do this anyway, have your guests create an affiliate link so that you can feel good about putting your content out for free while including their work, their affiliate in each episode that pertains to them. A lot of you have like 20 different links in your description, which is great if you have products to sell that are your goods and services. But if you don't, or your audience is used to seeing those links and they're played out, don't confuse them by giving them too much choice. Put your guest's link first and foremost that is an affiliate, right? Don't just do that if unless you're doing it for free and they're and you're just doing it to be nice to them. That's a great thing to do too. But if you're making money off of that, put that affiliate link that pertains to that episode, so people who are interested in that episode don't have all this choice. They just see that one link boom, that's the one that I want, that's the product he's talking about. They go to it, they don't even suspect that it's an affiliate link for you, or maybe they do. You can do full disclosure, it doesn't matter. But find ways to monetize your channel and to make money in other ways than putting things behind a paywall, because it's having a negative effect on your work, because your work is not getting out there. And then make sure you're concise and get right into business. You don't really need to have this tell me about yourself, let's break the ice because I don't really know how to approach you. And no, get into it. If you need to meet somebody ahead of time to get comfortable talking to them, do a pre-call, screen them, chat with them for like a half hour. And then by the time you start recording and what your audience is going to see, you're dialed in to a subject matter. And also, what was I going to say? I was going to say one other thing. Oh well, it was really important, but it was just regarding to like being dialed in. Oh well, if it comes to me, I'll like put like a comment or something what I meant to say. All right, have a good one.